And when we talk about HR tech transformation, how do you look at AI? Whether it is actually making our life easier or much more complicated?
Right? Thinking from first principles, where uh, again in the HR world, where AI, generative AI, and these AI agents is going to be really helpful. Right? There's a mental model for it. Right? 3 steps. One, where there is a large amount of human capital being deployed, and the human capital is doing repetitive work, the same thing again and again and again and again. Right? The second, where there is a lot of information overload from multiple places, right? And your job is to have all that information and sort of decimate it or pass it out, right? We as human beings struggle with multiple information. And third, and that's critical, is where there is low risk, right? Because let's say next year or a year after that we get into AGI, we should not have AI taking decisions which are, which result in firing, right? So wherever you see there's a combination of these three, where there's a lot of people doing the same thing again and again, there's a lot of information asymmetry and overload, and it's relatively low risk, AI can really disrupt that space. So we're moving into the world of OAS, as they call it, outcomes as a service, right? Where these autonomous AI agents, you give it an outcome, it breaks it down into steps and sort of gives you the outcome. And when you do that, it frees up a lot of our time, right? So you've already seen green shoots in, I'm seeing from outside the HR world, in customer service, in a lot of sales outreaches. It's gone, right? AI is taken it over. And green shoots have already started in bulk hiring for us, right? Where, again, same people doing those callings, a lot of information, and relatively low risk, right? So if you keep this mental model, and whoever's, like, people in this room are building HR tech, right? AI, if you incorporate in places where these three hold good, it's a win-win for us. It really helps, right? Where it probably doesn't is where you don't need to have AI in it, right? Like you said, you need the human touch, right? It cannot be that AI does everything end to end, remove the human touch altogether, right? That is not ideal.